That's what's up. Hey, mama, let me talk to you a little bit later. I'm about to jump on stream. All right. All right, I'll talk to you later, all right? All right, see you later, mama. Bye-bye. What it is, guys? It's your boy Blast Miss HD, and today we are here to check out 15 of the scariest videos I could find on the internet. Now, I've already got these mugs. I've cut them loose. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, The Real Chima? What's up, M1C? Yo, what's up, Carolina? What's up, Illegally Racist? What's up? Yo, Illegally Racist. You're the video, Mr. Ballin. Let me know, is this the video? The super chat request that you had? Not that. It was Mr. Ballin. Yeah, the extremely disturbing camping story. Yeah. Mr. Ballin, let me know if this is the video. Yo, hey, what's up, Bacon? All right, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Now, everybody sit back, relax, you know what I'm saying? Get in your most comfortable reclining chair. Females, pull out y'all breasts if y'all like. We gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna need them for cushioning. Y'all gonna need them for the cushioning, because these videos are scarier than they look. Yo. All right, y'all. Yo, yes. All right, y'all. Are you cool with we're watching the 20 scariest ghost videos first, and then we're gonna get into the Mr. Ballin videos. You cool with that? Illegally Racist? Yeah. Let me get my other phone. We about to pull up the chat. Let's do this.
The first creepy clip in this week's video was uploaded to the YouTube channel Black Story. Kuro, the ghost hunter behind the channel, received a call from a friend who had a very scary story to tell him. His friend told him that he'd been driving down a dark tunnel alone when he heard what sounded kind of like stones hitting his car. He thought the stones might have been kicked up by his wheels, but it was so loud and strange that he decided to get out of the car to check. As he was looking around, he noticed a creepy figure in his rearview mirror. The figure was running down the tunnel towards him.
Oh, hell no.
Terrified, he leapt back into his car and raced out of the tunnel. Kuro, intrigued by his friend's experience, decided to venture out in the dead of night to conduct a paranormal investigation deep in the tunnel. For the first part of the video, nothing much really happens. However, when Kuro is about to leave, things get a little bit creepy.
なんか女性の声聞こえるんだけど、めっちゃ喋り声聞こえる。誰もいませんか？
Yo, W's in the chat for Illegally Racist. I'm fine with rewatching. I go to work in half an hour to see your reaction. To him, all good, man. Enjoy your day. Yo, so Illegally Racist. I'm fine with rewatching. Yo, we're gonna check out Illegally Racist's video first. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna check out these scary videos. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. Yo, man, you're fine with rewatching. I want you to, like, we're here for him. All right, cool. Dang. Hey, yo, man, well, we gonna watch this one first, yo. All right, cool. Yeah, we got the homie, man. I appreciate you, yo. Yo, W's in the chat. W's in the chat. All right, you guys. What it is, guys, it's your boy Blast Miss HD, and today we are here to check out a video called Simply an Extremely Disturbing Camping Story by none other than Mr. Ballin himself. Now, we got a ton of scary videos to react to, but as you guys see, one of my biggest super chatters is up in the stream, and this is a video request from him. Now, the other night in the live stream, while I was out like live streaming playing poker, homie, he's super Illegally Racist, super chatted over $400 in order for us to check out this video today. So we gonna watch this mug first, you know what I'm saying? Cause I love my supporters. Then we gonna check out the scary videos. Then I got a bunch of yo mama jokes that animated ones that we gonna check out. We got a whole lot of stuff for you guys to check out, you know what I'm saying? Let's do this.
Highly disturbing camping story. But before we get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do.
Hey, what's up, Shadow
we upload
Wolf?
Once a week. So,
hey, yo,
if
what's up,
that's of
Donovan
interest to you,
Douglas?
the next time the like button is asleep,
Hey, what's up,
go to their
Chaotic?
front yard and spell the words "I hate my neighbors" in gasoline all across their front yard.
Oh my God!
And then light it on fire. Also,
Oh.
please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story.
Yeah, it looked fun. Hey, yo, Illegally Racist, is you up in the chat? You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Carolina? What's up, Sussy Boy? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? What's up, Emma? You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, Sal?
On the afternoon of May 6th, 2008, a 54-year-old man called Ricky Williams stood on the riverbank casting out his line into the waters of Dismal Creek in western Virginia. Ricky was hoping to get lucky and catch some trout, but he'd been out here fishing for 30 minutes so far, and
W's in the chat for Illegally
normally,
Racist.
Ricky wouldn't care because he
Yo.
loved just fishing for hours and hours at a
The BHD Army appreciates you, Illegally Racist, bro. Love your vibe, man. You got good energy, bros, for real.
time. But today, he and his dog, who was right with him, were really hungry because they'd been out in these woods camping for several weeks now, and their food supply was finally dwindling down to the end. And so if they didn't catch any fish today, they might not eat. Now, for context, where Ricky was fishing, Dismal Creek, despite its bleak name, it was actually a beautiful, secluded spot on top of a mountain that was on the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is a very famous 2,200-mile-long trail that runs up and down the east coast of the United States. And why that is relevant is because there's this special code for people that hike on the Appalachian Trail. And the code,
Yo,
which all
shout out to
hikers know,
Kenneth for him and his
is
fiance's
basically
2-year
if you come
anniversary,
across
bro.
another hiker on the Appalachian Trail, it is your responsibility
Hey, what's up,
to
Look
help
Fun?
them if they need help. And it is their responsibility to help you if you need help. So it's this community of hikers that are always looking to help each other. And so Ricky was very aware of this code on the Appalachian Trail, and he was secretly hoping, as he cast his line over and over again and didn't get any bites, that a hiker or a group of hikers might come by this area and maybe they would see him and come down and learn that he needed food, and they might just give him some of their food. But another half hour passed and no hikers came by, and still Ricky could not catch any fish. But then suddenly, Ricky's dog, who was right next to him, began to whine and kind of began shifting around like it was sensing a predator in the area or something. But as Ricky was trying to calm his dog down, he began to hear a voice in the woods right behind him. Somebody was moving towards him. And when Ricky heard this voice, on the one hand, he was pretty excited because maybe this is a hiker who can give him some food. But on the other hand, Ricky couldn't help but feel really uneasy. Now, you need to understand that Ricky was an older guy, he was kind of frail, and over the past few weeks that he'd been camping with his dog, as his food supply had run down, he had become skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, and so he really did not pose any sort of threat to anybody. He's like this weak older man. Now,
Right.
generally speaking, the Appalachian Trail was a very safe place, but over the last few decades, there had actually been several murders that took place
Damn.
on the Appalachian Trail. And
Phone
in fact,
check, homie.
one of those killings took
Phone
place
check,
less
homie.
than 2 miles away from where Ricky was fishing with his dog. And in that double homicide, a very well-known killer named Randall Lee Smith had stabbed and shot to death 2 hikers. And so
Damn.
while Ricky was really looking for help from fellow hikers, at the same time, he couldn't help but feel somewhat apprehensive. Because again, Ricky
Gotta
was
be
like a
apprehensive.
small, frail guy, and Ricky was well aware of these murders, and he was well aware of the fact that he was super close to one of the murder sites. And so Ricky was totally on edge as he's listening to this male voice get closer and closer, and then finally, this man in his early 30s steps out from the tree line, and he looks over and he sees Ricky, and for a second, the two men just kind of look at each other, but
Hey, what's up, Mr. Sato? Hey, so if you want me to check out the Lazy Masquerade, that would be a full-on viewer request because, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like listening to a lot of really dark stuff. You know what I mean? Like people getting unalived and stuff. You know what I mean? That would be a super chat request. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? That would be a straight 50 to my donation jar, my tip jar, which is in the link in the description up above. It's the first pinned comment. You know what I'm saying? Or you guys could send it to my tip jar, which is through my Cash App. That comes directly to my phone. I get the phone notification. Appreciate all my supporters. Or you guys could send it to YouTube, which is all good. You guys could send it all through YouTube. But it just takes an extra 3 months, you know what I mean, for it to get to me. You know what I mean? Which is cool. Everything we raise in my live streams of me reacting all goes towards upgrading our live streaming setup. You know what I'm saying? Gotta upgrade the whole kit and caboodle. More at 11.
But then this guy just grinned at Ricky and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And immediately Ricky felt relieved because he could tell just from looking at this guy that very likely he was not a threat. The man introduced himself as Scott Johnston, and he told Ricky he was actually camping in the area with a friend of his, and they were out here fishing just like Ricky. And
yeah, I introduced myself to somebody one time, 2 a.m. in the morning. He turned out to be heavily coked up on meth, and he pulled his knife out and tried to rob me. Luckily enough, growing up in the hood, one of the advantages of growing up in the hood is I'd already been stabbed a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? So a knife wasn't the worst thing I'd seen. If he'd pulled out a gun, I'd have let him know where my mother hid her rent money. You know what I mean? I'd have gave that shit up quick as hell. But a knife, I was like, so I started laughing at him. He put his knife away and, you know, told me he was a substitute teacher, a substitute gymnastics teacher at UNLV, and then started doing flips. Pretty good flips. Actually, he did a front flip and a cartwheel. I don't know why he was robbing people.
And Ricky pretty much immediately said, "Oh, great, nice to meet you. Do you have any food for me?" And Scott was like, "Absolutely." And he dug into his bag that he had with him, and he pulled out a couple energy bars and a bag of chips, and he threw them over to Ricky. And he also gave some fresh bait to Ricky, so he too could cast out again.
Yo,
and for the next couple of
thank
hours,
you for the compliment,
Scott
Samurai
and Ricky
Gaming.
just stood on the riverbank and fished together. And after a while, the trout did start biting, and they did start catching fish, so the day kind of turned into a great outing for Ricky. And it got even better, because as soon as the men were done fishing, Scott asked Ricky if he wanted to join him and his friend back up at the campsite for dinner. And remember, Ricky had no food, so this was an amazing invitation. And he said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to join you." So the two men packed up their stuff right as the sun was going down, and then they began walking back into the forest where Scott had emerged from.
Yeah, Illegally Racist says,
Scott's fishing pole
"Congrats,
got tangled
Kenneth."
on a low-hanging branch, and he was really struggling to get it out of the tree. And so finally,
Yo, Illegally Racist says, "Yo, congrats, Kenneth." Yo, man, I appreciate that. I like your energy, Illegally Racist, man. Bruh, for real, for real. What's up, Matthew England? My dad has purchased the bootleg Pianosaurus plush for me, and it is from Malaysia. It'll take a while, but it's worth it. That's what's up, Matthew England. Yo, that's awesome, man. Your dad is awesome that he got you that. That's cool. You got a good dad. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ella? What's up, Eddie Miller?
Finally, he just told Ricky to, go on ahead. My campsite's right up there. It's a straight shot. Just go up the hill, and you'll see it. Ricky asked Scott if he was sure, and Scott said, "No, it's totally fine, go ahead." So Ricky said, "Okay," and he walked the rest of the way up the hill, and then when he walked out of the tree line into the clearing where Scott's campsite was, immediately what Ricky noticed was this enormous man who was like twice the size of Scott, and so 4 times the size of Ricky, kind of hunched over the campfire. And this huge man, who presumably was Scott's friend, he heard Ricky walk into the circle, and remember, it's nighttime, and they're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and so this guy, he turns his head around and sees this strange man just standing there, and Scott's nowhere to be found, and so this guy, he grabs a club, like a piece of wood, and he looks at Ricky kind of menacingly, like, "What are you doing here?" And Ricky, who was so caught off guard by just how big this guy was, he put his hands up and he said, "I'm so sorry, Scott sent me up here. I don't know if this is the right site, I'm sorry." But just at that moment, Scott had finished untangling his fishing line, and he came out of the tree line, and he patted Ricky on the back, and he said, "Oh, you've already met my friend Sean." And as soon as he said that, Sean looked like he basically let his guard down. He put the wood down, and he stopped glaring directly at Ricky. But Ricky felt like Sean was not happy that Ricky was in his campsite, even though clearly Scott is the reason that Ricky is in this campsite. And so Ricky just felt really uncomfortable. And at the same time, Scott is ushering Ricky closer to the campfire to take a seat next to Sean. You know, Sean's a great cook. He'll cook up this fish for us.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna be great. You know, take a seat. Ricky felt kind of annoyed that Scott was really forcing him to stay. But Ricky didn't want to be rude and just kind of abruptly leave, so he did take a seat next to Sean, who definitely was not excited to be sitting next to Ricky, and Ricky just kind of sat there waiting to see what would happen next. And what happened next is Scott walked over to Sean and handed off all the fish that he and Ricky had caught so that Sean could begin to prepare them to cook them. And then as Ricky is still just sitting there right next to Sean, Scott walked away from the campfire up to his truck, which was parked right next to Sean's Jeep. And Scott turned on the radio and began blasting country music. And when Ricky heard this music, he kind of winced, because to him, you know, part of the reason the outdoors, the Appalachian Trail, you know, being out in nature, part of the reason it was so wonderful was for the peace and quiet. And so it felt kind of like borderline disrespectful to be out in the middle of this beautiful place blaring country music. And so to Ricky, he just couldn't help but feel like there's something off about these two guys. They just seem really disrespectful and kind of pushy and maybe aggressive. And so Ricky is just not happy. But again, Ricky didn't say anything and didn't attempt to leave, because again, he's really hungry, and so is his dog, and he needs to eat that fish.
Damn.
A moment later, Scott walked back to the truck and took a seat next to Sean, and then he, along with Sean, pulled out their knives and began deboning the fish. And as they were doing this, Ricky again is just kind of sitting there doing nothing, and so he kind of meagerly asked, you know, hey, can you give me a knife and I'll clean a fish? But Sean and Scott kind of waved him off and said, don't worry, we got this. And so Ricky just continued to sit there nervously, as all he could watch was the flashing of the light bouncing off their blades. But eventually, Scott and Sean finished deboning all the fish, and they put their knives away, and at that point, they began cooking the fish over the open flame. And suddenly for Ricky, it felt like, you know, the mood had shifted a little bit. At least now the two men were not fiddling around with
Hey, what's up,
weapons.
Mr. Stanley?
You know, it felt kind of safe again. And so Ricky began making some small
Hey, what's
talk
up, Peter
in
Vickers?
hopes that would kind of, you know, settle his nerves. And so Ricky told the two men about how much he loved the Appalachian Trail and how he came out here all the time,
Yo, what's
for
up to
weeks
Stan?
at a time with his dog.
This
And
is
Ricky would
Ann
tell the
Biles?
men that, you know, sometimes he felt more at home out in the wild than he did at home. It was almost like being out in nature was a religion.
Hey, what's up to Zan's Files? Hey, Blast, back at it again with the self-induced nightmares, eh? Bruh, I love scary stuff. I sleep like a baby, yo. You know what I mean? Hey. Yo, what's up, Zach Pitcher? Hey, Blast, Miss HD, how are you doing today? Brother, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a wonderful day, man. What's up, bros? Yo, what's up, Supreme Troy Maserati? It's good seeing you again, too. I appreciate you coming through. What's up, Peter Vickers? Yo, appreciate you coming through, Peter Vickers. Let me know if you have any super chat requests. Yo, the super chat milestone is at 50 in super chat. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to, it would be better if you guys send it through the tip jar that's pinned in the comment section up above. You know what I'm saying? The second best way to donate directly to the channel is to send it through my tip jar. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's donated during my live streams is all sent to getting my gaming live stream set up, upgraded finally after 10 years. You know what I mean? It served its purpose and it's still doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all know how equipment be. Got to get a new camera, all that type of stuff. Now, also feel free to send it through YouTube, which is cool, which is like the safest, quickest way to do it. It just takes 3 months to get to me. You know what I mean? Which is cool.
Religious experience for Ricky, and he would even
W's
tell
in the
Sean
chat
and
for you
Scott
guys,
that
man.
Sometimes when he was out in nature,
You guys are
he would
awesome people, man.
meditate
W's in the
and
chat for
pray,
y'all.
and even do some chanting, like part of a ritual. I mean, he
Hey,
was
what's up,
really
92
trying to
Roto?
be in tune with Mother Nature. But as Ricky continued
Look at my tip jar. Also, thank you guys so much for letting me know. Like, also let me know when you guys send something through my tip jar. That way I can go check it and shout you guys out harder than you've ever been shouted out before. No Diddy. Oh, man. Yo. All right, y'all. Get into my tip jar. Give me a couple of... Yo. So, yo, what you guys been getting into today, yo? I hope you guys have been having a fantastic day so far. You know what I'm saying? We back at it, off up in here, extremely early. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Peter Vickers with the 50 in super chat straight to my tip jar. W's in the chat for Peter Vickers. I appreciate you, Peter Vickers. You're an awesome person, man. Yo, I had a great time telling you stories yesterday. Yo, Peter Vickers. All right, yo, I got you. Next video after this is gonna be some ElectroBoom. Great. I got a compilation for that already. I already got a 10 to 15 minute compilation for that. And then after that, we gonna check out super duper insanely scary videos. But now back to our sponsored programming. You feel me? Yo, W's in the chat for Peter Vickers. Yo, that is all you guys. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome.
To tell Sean and Scott about his personal life, he noticed the two men were definitely paying attention and kind of nodding along at appropriate points in the story. But at the same time, Ricky felt like these two men were also kind of looking at him like Ricky was
W's in the
as
chat
if they were not prepared to
Peter
come out and say it.
Vickers.
But after hearing all these things about his life, it was like, what's going on with this guy? And so Ricky...
Yo, the BHD Army appreciates you, Peter Vickers, bros. Yo, Samurai Gaming says, BHD, I can't donate because someone hacked my account. Sorry to hear that, bros. You know what I'm saying? I hope you get your account back safe. I hope you get it back good, bruh. Yo, Look Fun 78, what's up, bruh? Says W's. Do I ever watch Shin Godzilla back in 2016? Not really, Matthew.
Suddenly felt really embarrassed about being so open with these two guys who once again just seem like they don't quite like him or even really want him here. But luckily, right at that moment, the fish were done, and so the men just sat there in silence and wolfed down the food. By the time they finished, right about 8 p.m., it was very dark outside, and Ricky at this point is just ready to go. You know, he just felt so uneasy here. And so after putting down his plate and his silverware and saying thank you to Sean and Scott for their hospitality, he quickly got up and grabbed his dog, and he began walking into the woods towards his campsite. But after Ricky and his dog had walked maybe 10 or 15 feet away from this campsite, two things happened in rapid succession. Number one, Ricky suddenly stopped and turned around and looked back at the campsite. And number two, right as he did this, there was this enormous bang sound, like a small explosion that echoed through the forest.
What happened? What happened?
Okay, so if you're not listening to our show called Run Fool, then you are really missing out. From where Ricky and Sean and Scott had been, there were these two women who were in their house eating dinner when they heard the sudden frantic knocking on their front door. Now, these women live in a very isolated part of the country, and so the women were very concerned. One of them rushed over to the phone just to be ready to call the police, while the other very carefully made their way towards the front of the house, and they kind of peered out the window, but they couldn't see anything outside. It was too dark, and so they went to their door, which was still getting pounded on by whoever was out there, and the woman, she unlocked the door, and she opened it just a crack. And what she saw nearly made her faint. There was a man standing on her porch who was absolutely covered in blood, as if he had been fully submerged in a tank of blood. I mean, he is all red. And the man had his hand over his neck. And the woman who opened the door, she looked at him and she saw that there was this rhythmic pulsing of blood pumping out of his neck that was in time with his heart. This man is clearly bleeding to death. And so the woman, she screamed for the other woman to please call 911. We have someone who's dying here. And so she began calling 911. And then the man on the porch just said, please help me. And then he said something about Dismal Creek. And then he collapsed. And this was so shocking for the woman who had opened the door that she just stood there staring, having no idea what to do. But then she happened to look up and she noticed there was a Jeep that was idling out on the road in front of her house that she hadn't even registered until now. And so either this guy got dropped off or he drove that Jeep. But before she could even begin to understand what had just happened, an ambulance and a whole bunch of police cars came screaming up and parked in front of her house. And then the medics got out, they rushed up, and they grabbed the bleeding man, and they put him in the ambulance, and they rushed him off. Meanwhile, not far from the house, police officers were speeding towards Dismal Creek because when the women called 911, they said, you know, this guy who's shown up on the porch bleeding said something about Dismal Creek, but they had no idea what it was about. And so instead of trying to wait to figure out...
Somebody just texted me and said, I need a freak to rub a popsicle on her vagina and then pass it to me. Mother, what is wrong with people? He needs to stop. It's time to stop. He's got to stop. Yo, what's up, Jack Avery? BHD, what's up, my favorite YouTuber ever, bro? Yo, what's up, Jack Avery? Yeah, 10, 15 feet, that's not long enough, the Zam Files. Hey, what's up, Zach Pitcher? Yo, Blasphemous HD, I would donate, but I got bills to pay and I'm on SSI. That's completely cool, yo. What's up, Jazzy Gamers? What's up, John Thompson? Damn. Yo, what's up, Gabrielle Velasquez? Yo, I didn't know you like to watch Mr. Ballin. I love this guy's stories, for real, for real. Yo, what's up, Donovan Douglas? What's up, Hazy? Yo, the fish flavored popsicles, yeah, that's rough. Yo, type of 1 in the chat if the audio's really good. Type of 2 in the chat if the audio's really, really bad. If it's not synced up or nothing. Real bad. You can't hear my voice.
Out what was even going on. Police had basically said, let's just go to Dismal Creek and look around and see if we can figure out, you know, why someone would leave that area and show up at this house covered in blood. But as the police were making their way up this winding mountain road, they saw a truck bombing down the road coming straight at them. And the truck, they initially hit their brakes and did kind of attempt to get out of the way of the police cars. But after this truck had basically come to a stop, the driver of the truck just hit the gas all over again. And they veered wildly off the side of the road into an embankment. And they crashed and flipped several times and then came to a stop. And the police officers who had veered to the side of the road to avoid getting hit by this truck, you know, they just watched this happen and they couldn't understand why the driver had gunned it again after stopping and then seemingly intentionally drove off the road.
Yo, what's up, Hazy? Yo, what's up, Blue Stitch? Yo, what's up, Illegally Racist? W's in the chat for Illegally Racist. W's in the chat for Peter Vickers, yo. You guys are freaking awesome, yo. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Yo, Jazzy Gamer, ever hear about the Ohio zombie on this channel? I have not. I have not, Jazzy Gamer. What's it about? What's up, Donovan Douglas? What's up, Emma G? What's up, Samurai Gaming? What's up, John Thomas? What's up, Look Fun? Yeah. What's up, Rashawn's Network?
It almost seemed like the driver was trying to crash. And so the police, they got out of their car and they approached the wrecked truck with their guns drawn. But when they looked into the vehicle, they saw there was a single occupant, the driver, and he was still somehow alive. So the police got him out of the vehicle and they called an ambulance, but they actually sent an officer with the ambulance to escort them because the police were actually pretty suspicious of this truck driver. Because remember, they were going up that road to get to Dismal Creek to see what had happened there that would lead to another man showing up on somebody's doorstep in the middle of the night covered in blood. And now they have this truck driver who looks like he's speeding away from Dismal Creek, who crashes his truck. I mean, there was no clear connection between the truck crash and the bloody guy, but the police were suspicious that they had to be connected. So they sent the officer to the hospital as well. About 30 minutes after the truck crash.
Damn, Mike Wolf. You say that it's possibly a story of the zombie who ate off a homeless guy's face? Out of all the people's faces to eat, why would he choose a homeless person? The one person who's least likely not to be wearing deodorant. Damn.
The police left the scene and continued the rest of the way up the road to Dismal Creek. And once they got up there, the police fanned out all across the area and just began looking for anything. Just any clue that might explain what the heck happened here, if anything happened at Dismal Creek at all. And pretty quickly, the police actually did find something unique. In the middle of the Dismal Creek area, they found a campsite. But it was not the campsite where Sean and Scott were staying, where Ricky had gone and shared dinner with them. This was a different campsite. And not long after searching this other campsite, police concluded that whoever was staying here did not seem like they were mentally well. This seems like a mentally unstable and potentially dangerous person lives here. So the campsite was really simple. It was just a tent and a campfire. But when the police lifted up the flap and looked inside the tent, they found a collection of 30 knives along with a police scanner that basically picked up police radio chatter in the area, so you could listen to a scanner and basically know what the police were doing in your area. There were also all these weird piles of clothing. Some were for kids, some were for adults, some were for men, some were for women.
Hey, yo, Mike Wolf, are you cool with me making you a mod? I want your name to be Blue. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel like the people that's in my chat, when their names are blue, it says super elite to me. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you, Mike Wolf, and I see you as one of my super elites in the BHD Army, of course. You know what I mean? Second in command out this mug. I ain't mad at it. So, you know what I mean? Let me know if you cool with that.
women, there were piles of eyeglasses, and there were 8 pairs of women's underwear. And then also there was a map of the Appalachian Trail inside of this tent, and all over this map along the trail were all these spots that were circled, but there was no information about what these circles meant. However, one of the places that was circled was Dismal Creek. And then next to the map was a radio, and inside the radio was a cassette. And so the police just hit play, and immediately what they heard totally creeped them out, because the tape sounded like some kind of satanic ritual. It was basically this one man's voice just kind of howling and chanting over and over again. But by far, the most shocking thing that was found inside of that tent was a single piece of paper. And this piece of paper was a birth certificate, and the name on the birth certificate was a name that basically all police in this area knew, and in fact, anybody living in or around the Appalachian Trail definitely would know this name. And
Mary
the
Jane?
identity of this person, the name on the birth
Mary Jane?
certificate, was the key to putting together all these seemingly disconnected events that had happened on this night. From the explosion when Ricky walked away from the fire, to the bloody man at the house, to the truck crash, they were all connected through this single person. A few hours earlier, after Ricky had gotten up and walked away from Sean and Scott's campsite, and then after barely making it onto the trail, he had turned around and there was that loud explosion. Well, at that point in the story, Ricky, who's now looking back at the campsite and looking at Sean and Scott, he can see that the two of them, they've heard the sound too, and they were now staring at each other with looks of absolute shock and terror on their faces.
Yo, all right, guys, we're 20 towards the next Super Chat milestone. Yeah, I'm saying the Super Chat milestone is 50 in Super Chat. The best way to send it to me is directly through my tip jar, which is linked in the comment section up above. It's pinned in the comment section up above. When you guys send me any donations there, it goes straight into our gaming streaming setup upgrade fund. Yeah, I'm saying we're about, I say like 500 shy of being halfway towards getting the best streaming PC build possible. I'm gonna decorate the room. It's gonna be really festive. Now, the second best way to donate to me is through my Cash App link. Matter of fact, let me send y'all the Cash App. I forgot to show y'all to send it. Oh, the Cash App. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. I got that from Friday. After Next. Great movie. Now, when you guys do send through my Cash App, you guys don't know how to let me know because I get the notification from my phone. But when you guys do tip through my tip jar, make sure to let me know. Make sure to leave a comment that says, check your tip jar so that I'll know, and we'll, you know what I mean? Also let me know if y'all want me to. Yeah, but you guys can also send through the YouTube, but it takes like 3 months for it to get to me, which is cool too. Yeah, I'm saying, but yeah, more than 11.
But then Ricky watched as Sean reached up and touched his face, and he put his hand out in front of his face, and it was covered in red. You can see that the two of them, they've heard the sound too, and they were now staring at each other with looks of absolute shock and terror on their faces. But then Ricky watched as Sean reached up and touched his face, and he put his hand out in front of his face, and it was covered in red.
Ricky!
The reason for that was because Sean had just been shot in the face. Because that loud explosion was the sound of Ricky shooting his gun at Sean. And as Sean and Scott stood there staring at each other in absolute disbelief, Ricky, who's still in the tree line, ran towards the fire and just kept on shooting. And so Sean, at this point, as he sees Ricky coming into the campsite, he stands up and kind of staggers back and falls on the ground. But Scott, who's not hurt at this point, he just gets up and starts running away from the campsite. And Ricky turns his attention towards Scott, and he shoots at him, and he hits him straight in the neck and also in the back. But somehow Scott just kept on running despite these horrible wounds. And so Ricky watched as Scott disappeared into the woods, and then Ricky turned back to Sean, who's laying on the ground and can't go anywhere. He's been shot in the face, and Ricky just casually raised his gun and shot Sean right in the chest. But amazingly, Sean, after getting shot the second time, it created what must have been the most extreme adrenaline rush ever, because he jumped up to his feet and right in front of his attacker, he just turned and sprinted to his Jeep. He hopped inside, fired it up, and just sped away as fast as he could.
Damn.
And when Sean flipped on his headlights and turned a corner after getting away from the campsite, he looked down the road and he actually saw his buddy, Scott, who had run away first, come tumbling out of the woods onto the road. And so Sean, who's gravely injured, drives over next to Scott and he stops the Jeep long enough for Scott to climb inside, and they shut the door and they speed their way towards the nearest help, which happened to be that house where those two women lived. And so it was Scott, who looked like he was drenched in blood, who knocked on the women's door. Sean was down in the Jeep out on the road, but he was just...
Yeah, Rashawn Networks, you got that right. Ricky! Like, and then we see the meme. That... Y'all gonna make me laugh, man. What's up, Frank? Yo, yeah, Cash App don't work. Understandable. What's up, Samurai Gaming? What's up? Yo, what's up, Rashawn? Yo, what's up, John Thompson? I know.
Just too weak to get out and come up to the door as well. But when the ambulance and police arrived, they would find not only Scott up on the porch, but also Sean.
Yo, illegally racist with the 20 in super chat. Yo, hey man, I'm gonna go to work, but I'm gonna keep your live on my headphones so I'll hear you, but won't be able to reply as I work. Hope you have a nice day. Bro, I hope you have a productive day at work, illegally racist. I hope you have a great day, man, bro. Appreciate you to the utmost and the fullest, illegally racist, bros. You good peoples, bro. I love your vibe. For real, for real. Yo, Mike Wolf, why did he not zigzag? Poor Ricky. Yeah, I know. It's the same thing in the Ice Cube film, He should have zigzagged. That's why he got shotgunned in the back.
Sean in the Jeep, and both men would be taken to the hospital via helicopter.
W's in the chat for illegally racist. W's in the chat. Yo, we're only 10 away from our next super chat milestone. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Good stuff, yo.
And then as for the man who was driving the truck down the road away from Dismal Creek, who then crashed right in front of the police, well, the driver of that truck was Ricky Williams. However, that was not his real name. There was no Ricky Williams. That was the name he just used. His real name, which was on the birth certificate that police found in that other campsite inside of the tent, was Randall Lee Smith. The same infamous Randall Lee Smith who had murdered those two hikers not far from Dismal Creek. That double homicide had happened in 1981, and Randall was caught and convicted, but he was paroled 15 years later in 1996 for good behavior. And for 10 years after that, Randall lived with his mother and he wore this electronic bracelet and, he followed the rules. But by 2008, his electronic bracelet had came off, and even though Randall had attempted to continue living with his mother, it just wasn't tenable. He didn't have enough money, and so ultimately he packed up his things, grabbed his dog, and moved out onto the Appalachian Trail. And on May 6th, 2008, when Sean and Scott arrived in Dismal Creek to go fishing, Randall was waiting. Nobody has any idea why Randall murdered those two hikers back in 1981 or why he targeted Sean and Scott in 2008. All we know is that Randall Lee Smith was very mentally unwell and very likely viewed the Appalachian Trail as like his sacred place. This is his home. This is the place he loves more than anything. And so maybe, he felt like Sean and Scott had somehow disrespected the Appalachian Trail, and that was enough to attack them. Now, we know Sean and Scott did not do anything intentionally disrespectful to Randall because, amazingly, Sean and Scott survived this attack. And they would say that when they saw Randall, they just felt bad for him. They thought he was like this alcoholic drifter who didn't have a home of his own, and so he was just living out in the woods on the Appalachian Trail. And so they didn't judge him. Instead, they really did just want to give him some food and spend some time with him and make him feel human again. That was it. And because Randall appeared to be this kind of small, older man, Sean and Scott, who were, very big and imposing, they didn't feel threatened by this guy. As for that bizarre other campsite that police found up around Dismal Creek, the one that contained all those knives and the birth certificate, well, obviously, that was Randall's campsite. And that weird cassette tape that they listened to that sounded like a satanic ritual, That was Randall going through his meditations and chants that he would do when he was out in the middle of nowhere. It was like his way of respecting Mother Nature and the Appalachian Trail. And then all those items that were found inside of his tent, the different clothes and the eyeglasses and the women's underwear, it's believed those could be Randall's other victims. However, when police pulled DNA samples from all of those items that were found inside of his tent, like the clothes and the underwear and the eyeglasses,
hey, what's up, Diego?
Those DNA samples did not match any of the missing people or murder victims in the police's database.
I appreciate you, Samurai Gaming. I like your energy, bro.
Police went to all those places.
Hey, what's up, Aslan 4K?
That were circled. And with the exception of obviously Dismal Creek, they didn't find
can't
anything
go
else
camping no
at the
more.
other locations that suggested any violent event had happened there. So only Randall knows the truth, which means we will never know the truth, because just 4 days after Randall was pulled out of that truck that he crashed, he died in police custody from a blood clot that formed as a result of the crash. And in those 4 days that Randall was in custody, he never gave up that there were any other victims. Today, Sean still has a bullet in his head and in his chest, and Scott still has big scarring on his neck and on his back.
Damn.
But both men have
Yo,
made
what's
full
up, Cheeto
recovery,
heads?
relatively speaking, and they still go back to Dismal Creek all the time to go camping and fishing.
I've been living good, D3R.
As promised, here is a clip from last week's episode of our amazing podcast, Run Fool, hosted by the incredible, iconic storyteller, Rodney Barnes. Enjoy.
Eyes were hollowed in his skull. You write a lot about monsters that the rest of us...
Nope. Alright, y'all. Alright, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know what I'm saying? That was the most riveting and action-packed story I've ever heard told out of another human being's mouth. You know what I'm saying? The only way it would have been a crazier story is if that had actually happened to him, like all the stories I tell on my gaming channel and some on this channel have all happened to me. Good Lord. All I can say is I am not only truly blessed to be alive, but truly blessed to not have no bullet holes in me. I've only been stabbed 8 times, but you know, I ain't got no lasting, injuries or troubles or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like them stabbings, wasn't really that bad, honestly. Like I didn't. Yo, Nicholas Hopkins, thank you for the 5 in super chat. Sorry I'm late. How money gifted to make up for it. I appreciate you, Nicholas. Nicholas Hopkins. W's in the chat for Nicholas Hopkins. Let's get directly into the scary videos. Let me know if y'all want me to tell the story time of my first time being stabbed when I was 13 years old and how it happened. I will tell you guys when we get to the super chat milestone, which is in $5. $5 in super chat from anywhere on the pinned link to the tip jar that's in the comment section up above, or my Cash App. Yo! Nicholas Hopkins just gifted 20 Blasphemous HD TV2 memberships. 20 memberships. 20 memberships. Yo! I appreciate and love all of you guys, yo. Bro, I could not have asked for a better fan base. I told myself I would not cry, but today is the day. I'm lying. We ain't gonna do that. Never watch a grown man cry. Hey, yo, what's up in here? Just experimenting soda, mixed drinks, mixed casino stream, cause I got past drunk. Hey, no problem, C-Ho Johnson. Love to have you up in here, man. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we about to get into this BHD story time, cause y'all just crossed us over the super chat milestone. Oh my God. Hazy, you get a membership. Cag, you get a membership. Ryan, you get a membership. Sean, you get a membership. Sean Smith. JT Tanks, you get a membership. Yo, Fandy Candy, you get a membership. Jamie, you get a membership. Benny, you get a membership. Benny Seltzer, is that like the water? You get a membership. Yo, I Man Rich the Swag Lord, you get a membership. Yo, Diamond Blaze, you get a membership. Yo, appreciate all of you guys, yo. Hope you guys are having a great day. Trey, you get a membership. That's a clip. Don't worry, we gonna edit that out the live stream. It's gonna be all gravy. All gravy with all the fixins, the muffins, and the macaroni and cheese. Yo, NFL Prod, you get a membership. Damien, you get a membership. Benjamin H, you get a membership. That sounds like the name of one of my exes, because that was the last name, Benjamin. Stacy, you get a membership. Brody, you get a membership. Yo, Noel, you get a membership, bro. We might as well be Oprah Winfrey for the day, man, giving out brand new station wagons and shit. Yo, Siishi, you get a membership. Overkill, you get a membership. Deshaun, you get a membership. And Jaden, you get a membership. Yo, thanks for the gifted, bros. Yo, that's what's up. W's in the chat for Nicholas Hopkins, yo. 20 membership. 20 memberships. We haven't hit that many memberships from a single person since Tide Pods, who is goated as well. But yo, we about to get into these scary videos. You know what I'm saying? We've got tons of them lined up for you guys. We checking the tip jar out this mug. Yo, I think somebody just sent through the tip. Somebody just sent through the, yo, thank you for the 4 straight through the tip jar, yo. Turn up. Yo, you guys are freaking awesome. Yo, another 10 memberships. Nicholas Hopkins is in rare form today. Yo, appreciate you, bros. Yo, with 10 more gifted memberships. Yo, Slime, you get a membership. Zach Pitcher, you get a membership. Lord Vague, you get a membership. Yo, one of my favoriteest mods, Lord Vague. Yo, McFlurry, you get a membership. Yo, that should make me hungry, bruh. I gotta go get me a McFlurry, bruh. McDonald's, man, it's all about the Oreo McFlurries. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Raven Autry? You get a membership. Tell Mac, you get a membership. BDJ the Kid, you get a membership. Kevin Kano, you get a membership. Hey, I love Transformers, Matthew England. Bruh, Tales by Diesel, you get a membership. Big Boy Thanos 07, you get a membership. Yo, hey, let me know, guys. One of my YouTuber friends, he did he went and watched the latest Marvel movie with the Red Hulk in it, Captain America movie, and he did a review on it. And it's spoiler alerts though. Let me know if you guys want me to go check that mug out. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want your boy, it's going to be spoiler alerts though. Yeah, I mean, just to let you guys know. Yo, sorry I'm late. Bro, yo, I appreciate you guys. Yo, I appreciate you, Nicholas Hopkins. I appreciate you, Illegally Racist. You know what I'm saying? Yo, thank you to the Zans Files for subscribing. You know what I mean? We gonna get into the videos. Let's do this. Yo, type a 1 in the chat if you guys are down to check out. Yo, okay, yeah. All right, so we gonna yo, type a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to tell the story of the first time getting stabbed when I was 13 right now. Or type a 2 in the chat if you guys want me to tell the story after we watch the scary 15 insanely scary videos that you guys all came here to check out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Captain America Brave New World comes out in 2 days. I wish we could all go watch it together. You know what I'm saying? Yo, understandable. Yo, so it's going to be left up to my super chatters, yo. You know what I'm saying? Nicholas Hopkins, you know what I'm saying? Your vote counts for like 50 votes. You know what I'm saying? You super chatted so much, bros. Appreciate you. Bruh. Yo, so what's up, Dark Fallen? What's up, Matthew 2.0? So we got a lot of 1s and 2s. What about my vid? Very true. We got to check out Peter Vickers' vid first. Yo, I got you. Yo. Thank you for reminding me. All right, y'all. We got a lot of super chat requests to go through. We gonna go through all of them, and it's all gonna look sexy, but just without lingerie on it, cause I don't like frilly. I don't like wearing frilly things. All right, so let's see. ElectroBoom. Bruh. Alright, so let's see. Yeah. Electric boom. Yo, I love this electric boom guy. This guy's stuff is hilarious. Yo, shout outs in the chat. Thank you, Peter Vickers, for showing me this hilarious compilation. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Yo. Love you guys, man. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. So we got 6, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Looks like you guys want us to check it out after the video. You know what I'm saying? You guys want me to tell the story after the video. I got y'all. We're going to check out this compilation. Then we're going to check out the scary videos. Then we're going to check out the next video. We know what video. All right, so funding emulation. All right, Joe.
To jump.
All right, we got this mug. We're gonna go. I normally do 50. I normally do 10 minutes. You know what I mean? But we're gonna do 15 minutes since it's the homie Peter Vickers. You know what I'm saying? Love and appreciate y'all. Then we gonna get into the scary stuff. Scary things. Yeah.
Let's try it.
Hey, what's up, Benny? Okay, that's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. That could be worse.
Oh, I think the gap between the wires is a little bit too wide for the 2 kilovolt to jump across. Ow!
Bruh.
It's funny. I can turn on a blown fluorescent lamp using wireless power and a sophisticated Tesla circuit, and I can't figure out how it works. Ooh, high voltage. Here's the capacitor. Ready?
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
So don't do this at home.
Yo, I'm gonna have to start watching this guy just in general. This dude's stuff is hilarious. Turn this into a video. What it is, guys, it's your boy Blasphemous HD, and today we're here to watch people set themselves on fire. One person, in all actuality, his name is ElectroBoom. You know what I'm saying? Which is very fitting because that's the sound that usually happens as he's setting himself on fire. Now, this was a personal super chat request from one of my favorite BHD Army supporters, Peter Vickers, which we got to turn his name blue. Yeah, I mean, Peter Vickers, his name got to be blue. Yeah, I'm saying, yep, we got to turn his name blue. He is super chatted. He is super chatted so much that we got to turn his name blue. Yep, with the blue skis, we got you. Bruh, I want all blues up in here, bruh. I wonder what color someone turns if they turn. I wonder what color somebody is if they're an advanced mod. Yeah, he a mad guy. All right, y'all. And without further ado, let's do this. Now, everybody at home, you know what I'm saying? Make sure to put on your safety helmets. You know, whip you up a nice entire vat of hot chocolate with all the marshmallows and the fixings in it, cinnamon usually. You know, females, feel free to pull your breast out. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being comfortable. If you're more comfortable just taking your pants off, then, you know, either which one works. You know, don't send pictures because I charge for pictures. Let's do this.
Now we'll have high voltage as
Nigga.
I'm holding a match there. Let's give it a try. Whoa, 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 whoa. So don't do this at home. Now, as soon as I turn on this, what the? One side to the filament, and I'm going to carefully touch the other side of the filament. And what if I add some sparklers to it? It's getting there.
What are you doing?
Oh my
What are you
God.
doing, baby?
Oh. Now let me measure the output of the transformer. I'm using a resistor divider to step down the voltage first to protect my multimeter. Now if we measure that, it is...
God.
I don't really need them though. If you remember, I made my own taser back in my old video. The arcs can jump well. Don't bring your finger close to a stun gun when it's running. Okay, let's slowly raise the voltage and see what happens. Yeah, there is something. No!
What are we doing, baby?
This is not water and baking soda, it is lighter fuel. Always read the labels. I've borrowed an ESD gun and I've set it to 25 kilovolts, and I'll bring a ground wire close so that the arcs start jumping. And then I can measure the air gap using my arcs created by my circuit. They're in order of 100,000 volts, and yet the only sound you hear from them... Plug it in.
Come on.
Now the circuit is hot and the voltage is on the circuit. Plug it in. Let's try it out. Wow, this is wild. You can see how far...
Bro, this dude is doing exactly what I wanted to do when I was younger, but was too smart to do any of it. Yo, type of one in the chat if watching ElectroBoom remind you of all the foolish, stupid shit that you wanted to do when you were young as a kid, but you were too smart not to do to yourself. We all get to live it vicariously through ElectroBoom without any of us getting injured or shocking ourselves to death. You know what I'm saying? Turn up. Oh, man. Mike Wolf. Hey, BHD, got to head out. Duty calls. Hey, see you later, Mike Wolf. Yo, all right, man. See you next time, bros. Yo, yeah, I want to experiment real quick and check to see. I'm going to turn Mike Wolf's new name blue. I thought I just did. You know what I'm saying? Mike Wolf's name is blue. No responsibility, though. Just blue. Yeah. That's what's up. Oh, snap. Yo, C-Ho. I'm going to turn you blue, too. I just like blue names. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, anybody who super chats 100 in a single stream, their name gets blue. You know what I'm saying? This guy is hilarious, bruh.
Now.
Yep.
This gap is quite wide. Let me measure it for you. Oh, tonight? No, I'm completely free to... Oh, tonight? No, I'm completely free to...
What's
The
shocking?
skin here is quite sensitive to temperature, and you can tell the temperature quite accurately. And see what happens.
Oh, what did I do?
Oh.
A pretty harmless voltage.
Motherfucker, why would you taste
I'm gonna
that?
plug it in.
Never taste electricity, man. You know, I feel like I shouldn't need to tell people that, but I might need to tell people that. You know, so keep your wits about you.
And see if I can hear a communication. Let's dial. Oh, wait. Phew. I put 48 volts across a 16 volt capacitor. Phew, it's not even warm. Now let's design. And here is the circuit I designed. Voltage level and increase the frequency all the way to 60 Hz. I shot
Hey, what's up,
on
Anthony?
these live wires. Always clean up the lab, otherwise something.
Cool.
Finally, let's power it up.
Yeah, Tommy. This reminds me of touching the hot stove as a child.
To use my angle grinder to sharpen the spoon.
Nigga, why are you dressed like Super Mario? Yeah! Turn up! Fire! Delicious fire!
Oh, I can feel my hair rising. Ow!
What are you?
Something zapped me right in the ass.
Why would you hold your anus? What are you doing?
Always be aware of your surroundings. Now to improve the airflow, it's better to raise the lamp. Don't put your hand in a running fan. Ventilation, as I'll show later. Wow. The result was negligible. Yeah.
What type of
Let's hope I
nasty...
sealed everything well.
Why does that look like a camera?
I'm done, man. My plexiglass just.
Yeah, I don't know,
broke in
C-Ho
half
Johnson.
under the pressure. Hell? The hell?
That electricity
What bad
sounds like
things happen to
diarrhea.
good people. Go.
Oh!
Then they feed that into a full bridge rectifier.
Yeah, man, this dude has like, this guy has more lives than an alley cat. Good Lord. Yo, W's in the chat for Nicholas Hopkins for gifting 30 memberships. Yo, turn up. Yeah, bro needs to be a fireman. Hey, he's obviously fire and electricity resistant. You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro needs to be studied for real, for real. Yo, yeah, he's playing with his life, bro. Yo, Blast, I think ElectroBoom is pretty darn, he's hilarious. I love this guy. Yo, hey, thank you, Peter Vickers. For real, for real. We're 5 minutes into the vid, man. After this, we on to the next one. Yo, so the next super chat milestone is in $10 in super chat. You know what I'm saying? Our link that goes directly to our streaming upgrade fund, you know what I'm saying, is pinned in the comment section up above. That's the best way to donate to me, straight to me. Now, the second best way to donate straight to me is through my Cash App, which is BHD Army. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so when you guys do send anything to the tip jar that's commented that's pinned in the comment section, make sure to comment, check your tip jar. Appreciate all of you guys. You guys are beautiful people. Stay up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and the third best way to donate to me is to send it straight through the cash, straight through the YouTube link. You know what I'm saying? But it take like 3 months to get here, and all of that goes to Tisha Folder. You know what I mean? That it immediately triggers my final child support payment to Tisha Folder. You know what I'm saying? 7 kids by 11 different women, you know, and counting. Young child support album coming out soon. New song out in a week. Let's do this.
And a capacitor that it seems quite rigid and solid. Is this expert enough? Oh, right. The polar capacitors are no good for reverse voltage. Fine, I have a bunch of ceramic capacitors. Okay, now I have the entire circuit, and if I connect the AC input, well, that's awful. You see the LEDs start to get red as the head hits to the output of my auto transformer. I should and burn my fingers again.
Damn.
Let's see. Oh,
I'm not brave enough to do half of this.
I'm starting to think coming up with the idea of a light bulb didn't require much genius. In fact, the dumber you are, the more likely you are to invent a light bulb. So that the arcs start jumping. And then I can measure the air gap using my by this induction cooktop. Power out of it. I'm measuring the capacitor voltage and it's around... I killed it. Don't short the voltage at the output. Holy the capacitor.
Don't set yourself on fire, baby.
Here we have...
Ooh, shit. Don't set yourself on fire, baby.
It is important that after you use your meter in current mode, you switch it back to voltage. Otherwise, it will short your circuits. What's up with my circuits and all this smoke? Live